Welcome, thrill seekers and ghost enthusiasts, to another chilling episode of 101 Ghost Stories. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and join our spooky community as we delve into the unexplained and explore the shadowy corners of the paranormal. Tonight, we embark on a journey down a lonely road, a journey that takes a terrifying turn into the heart of Blackwood Forest. Emily and Alex, a young couple with a penchant for late-night road trips, found themselves cruising down a desolate stretch of asphalt known as Blackwood Road. The sun had dipped below the horizon hours ago, casting the dense forest in an inky blackness. The silence was broken only by the rhythmic hum of their car engine and the occasional chirp of unseen crickets. A sense of unease hung heavy in the air, a feeling that something wasn't quite right in this isolated corner of the countryside. They were taking a shortcut, a decision fueled by their adventurous spirit and a malfunctioning GPS. The detour promised them a quicker route to their destination, but as they ventured deeper into the forest, the road narrowed, and the tall trees formed a seemingly impenetrable wall on either side. Sunlight, filtering through the dense canopy, struggled to reach the road, casting long, eerie shadows that danced in the headlights' glow. Emily glanced at the GPS screen, its signal weak and flickering. "Are you sure this is the right way?" she asked, a tremor of uncertainty in her voice. Alex, ever the optimist, shrugged it off. "Relax," he said. "It's just a few miles. We'll be out of here in no time." But as miles turned into what felt like hours, and the GPS signal died completely, their optimism began to dwindle, replaced by a growing sense of being lost and alone. An unsettling chill crept into the car, despite the warm night air. The silence itself seemed to be pressing in on them, broken only by the unsettling rustle of unseen creatures in the undergrowth. A dark premonition settled upon them, a feeling that their late-night shortcut had taken a horrifying wrong turn. The darkness of Blackwood Forest seemed to press in on Emily and Alex's car as they continued their ill-fated journey. The silence, once unsettling, now felt deafening, broken only by the increasingly erratic behavior of their vehicle. Headlights flickered, dimming and brightening for no apparent reason, casting unsettling shadows that danced across the road ahead. A low groan emanated from the engine, a chilling harbinger of trouble brewing beneath the hood. Emily, her voice barely a whisper, asked, "Alex, what's happening?" Alex, his face etched with worry, gripped the steering wheel tighter. "I don't know," he muttered. "Electrical problems, maybe. But this road, something feels wrong about it." As if in response to his words, a guttural whisper echoed from the back seat, sending shivers down their spines. They both looked back, hearts pounding, but the rear seat was empty. Confused and terrified, they exchanged a panicked glance. Was their fear manifesting as auditory hallucinations? Their uncertainty was shattered by another chilling phenomenon. A fleeting shadow darted through the trees just beyond their headlights, glimpsed for a mere instant before disappearing into the darkness. This wasn't just a malfunctioning car in a dense forest. Something else was out there, something unseen and malevolent. With nerves frayed and paranoia building, they pressed on, hoping to find a gas station or any sign of civilization. Another whisper, this time closer, seemed to emanate from the passenger seat. "Help us," it rasped, barely audible yet dripping with despair. Emily reached for a tissue, her hand trembling, and wiped the condensation off the window. There was no one there. These whispers, these shadows, were they figments of their imagination fueled by fear, or something far more sinister? Desperate for a distraction, Emily opened the glove compartment in search of a map. Her fingers brushed against something soft, a crumpled newspaper clipping. Unfolding it, she felt a chill run down her spine. The headline screamed, "Local child disappears in Blackwood Forest," accompanied by a picture of a young boy with a hopeful smile. The date on the clipping was several years old, but the story sent a jolt of fear through her. Were the whispers and shadows connected to this unsolved mystery? The newspaper clipping in Emily's hand, detailing the disappearance of a young boy in Blackwood Forest years ago, cast a new light on the chilling events unfolding around them. The whispers, the shadows darting through the trees, Could they be connected to this unsolved mystery? Fear and a strange sense of responsibility gnawed at Emily as they continued their desperate search for a way out of the oppressive darkness of the forest. With their car sputtering its last breaths and the fuel gauge dipping to empty, hope dwindled. Suddenly, a break in the dense foliage revealed a dilapidated cabin nestled amongst the trees. Its windows gaped like empty eyes, and the porch creaked ominously in the slight breeze. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, it offered some semblance of refuge, a place to rest and reassess their situation. Parking the car with a final cough and sputter, they cautiously approached the cabin. The wooden door creaked open with a groan, revealing a dusty interior dimly illuminated by the headlights shining through the open window. Cobwebs hung from the rafters, and furniture lay overturned, as if abandoned in haste. A heavy silence hung in the air, broken only by the rhythmic chirping of unseen crickets. As they explored further, a sense of overwhelming sadness permeated the air. A child's doll lay forgotten on the floor, its vacant eyes seeming to stare into their souls. An overturned rocking chair creaked ominously, and a floorboard groaned beneath Emily's weight. Every sound seemed amplified in the eerie stillness. Drawn by a faint light filtering from beneath a loose floorboard, Alex knelt down and pried it open. A dusty shaft of moonlight revealed a hidden cellar entrance. Hesitantly, they climbed down a rickety wooden ladder, their hearts pounding in their chests. The cellar was cramped and damp, the air thick with the smell of mildew and decay. By the weak glow of Alex's phone flashlight, they saw a collection of weathered photographs scattered across a dusty workbench. Each picture depicted a smiling young boy, the same boy from the newspaper clipping, the boy who had vanished in Blackwood Forest all those years ago. A chilling realization dawned on them. This cabin held the key to the forest's unsettling secrets. On the wall opposite the workbench, strange symbols were etched into the plaster, cryptic markings that seemed to hold a hidden meaning. Were these symbols a clue left behind by the missing boy, or something more sinister? As they continued their exploration, a cold draft swept through the cellar, extinguishing Alex's phone light and plunging them into complete darkness. A low moan echoed through the cramped space, sending shivers down their spines. They weren't alone in this abandoned cabin. A presence, cold and sorrowful, lingered in the darkness. Terror clawed at Emily and Alex as they stumbled around the abandoned cabin cellar, plunged into darkness after Alex's phone light died. The low moan that echoed through the cramped space reverberated in their ears, sending chills down their spines. A sense of unseen presence, cold and mournful, pressed in on them from all sides. Suddenly, a faint, shimmering light materialized before them, taking the shape of a young boy, the same boy from the photographs in the cellar. His form was translucent, a wispy echo trapped in the darkness. Fear threatened to overwhelm them, but a flicker of empathy sparked in Emily's eyes. "Who are you?" she asked tentatively, her voice cracking with nervousness. The boy, his face etched with sadness, spoke in a voice barely a whisper. "Lost," he rasped. "Trapped, help me." The boy's words confirmed their suspicions. This was the spirit of the missing child from the newspaper clipping, forever bound to the forest and the cabin where he might have spent his last moments. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she realized the whispers and shadows weren't a malicious entity, but the desperate pleas of a lost soul seeking solace. They understood now. The cryptic symbols on the wall weren't a sinister message, but a map etched by the boy, a final attempt to guide someone to his final resting place. With Alex holding his phone aloft, casting a flickering light on the symbols, they deciphered the crude drawing, a path leading deeper into the forest. Emily, fueled by a sense of responsibility and a newfound determination, addressed the boy's spirit. "We can help you find peace," she promised. The boy's translucent form seemed to waver with a flicker of hope. Following the map etched on the wall, they ventured out of the cabin and into the heart of Blackwood Forest once more, the spirit of the lost child guiding them with a faint, ethereal glow. The trek through the dense woods felt less daunting this time. They were no longer lost and alone, but on a mission of mercy. The spirit led them through tangled undergrowth and over moss-covered rocks, finally stopping in a clearing bathed in moonlight. A simple, weathered headstone lay nestled beneath an ancient oak tree, its inscription barely visible, the final resting place of the boy who had vanished years ago. As they stood beside the grave, a sense of peace settled over the clearing. The whispers that had haunted them throughout their journey faded away, replaced by a quiet serenity. The spirit of the boy, finally reunited with his earthly remains, emanated a faint glow before fading completely, leaving behind a feeling of bittersweet closure. As if by a miracle, their car, bathed in the moonlight, sputtered back to life. The GPS signal, lost for hours, miraculously reappeared, guiding them out of Blackwood Forest. Their late-night shortcut had turned into a terrifying ordeal, but it had also led them to an act of compassion, a resolution to a long-forgotten tragedy. Emily and Alex emerged from the forest forever changed. They had faced their fears, experienced the paranormal, and ultimately helped a lost soul find peace. Blackwood Forest would forever hold a chilling memory for them, but it would also be a reminder of the power of empathy and the importance of understanding the unseen forces that sometimes linger around us.